So the fakir, the true believer, does not worry about what's coming. If Allah Ta'ala enlarges his risk, he says, Alhamdulillah, and he spends more. If Allah Ta'ala restricts his risk, and he still spends, but he's still thankful that Allah Ta'ala has given him this risk. I had the blessing and the barakah of meeting our Shaykh in 1981 in Philadelphia. He had a student, he sent a student to the University of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. And they had a Muslim house, off-campus house where the Muslim students lived. And he told the student to have halqa every Thursday night and invite the local Muslims to the halqa. I was always into tazkiyat al-nafs. Even before seeing the Shaykh, I was always doing zikr. I was reading Imam Ghazali, Imam Jalaluddin Rumi, and other books, reading about Shamsi Tabrizi and other of the awliya. I was always attracted to this particular aspect of the deen, long before it became popular, even amongst the Jamaat. I was also studying Hanafi fiqh even before the Shaykh came, so I was Hanafi when the Shaykh came. Because I was concerned about being able to practice my deen and letter and spirit properly, and I knew that if I didn't know the fiqh of the school I was following, then I couldn't be sure that I was making salah properly. I couldn't be sure that my tahara, my purification was correct. So I began to study Hanafi fiqh back in 1979, actually. So I began to go to the halqa with the student of the Shaykh, and we would have a dhikr halqa and maybe some salawat and sanat and Arabic and Urdu Durood Sharif. We would do some salawat and some dhikr. So when the Shaykh came to the United States, he came to New York first in Jersey City. This was when Honorable Khalif Hussein and Muhammad Jamal met him and introduced him to Shaykh Yahya Abdul Kareem. He introduced him to him. And when the Shaykh came to Philadelphia, he asked that I come and see him. This was in 1981. And I gave bayat at that time. I was his first murid from Philadelphia. So the connection with the Shaykh goes back to that point, and it's been almost 40 years now. I was 21 when I met the Shaykh. I'm 62 now. That's 41 years. So I can say that my life, my deen, I owe to my Shaykh. I wouldn't know anything if I didn't know the Shaykh. And even the tazkiyah with the sfield and nafs, the zikr and everything I thought I was doing didn't really have an effect because there was no ijaz, there was no connection. There was no ijaz, there was no permission to do the tasbih, to do the zikr. I mean, we know that there was the universal zikr, the zikr of Sayyid al-Fatima, and the story is that Sayyid al-Fatima, she used to carry big heavy jugs of water back and forth to her house. Sayyidina Ali, the Lion of Allah, said, why don't you ask Rasulullah to give you a servant to help you with this, because by that time there was servants because of the ghazwa that were happening at the time, and there were captives of war. And she said, but I don't really want a servant. But because she was loyal to Sayyidina Ali and obedient, she went to Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Ya Rasulullah, can you give me a servant? But Nabi Kareem, he knew that she didn't want a servant because she enjoyed doing this work and taking care of her family and carrying the water for her family, her husband, and her children. So Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, it would be better that instead of taking the servant that you do this particular tasbih. After every salat, recite Subhanallah 33 times. Alhamdulillah 33 times. Allahu Akbar 34 times. So this is called the tasbih of Sayyid Fatima. This is the first wazifa. So our first wazifa comes from our Shaykha. Shaykha Sayyid Fatima, she is the first Shaykh. She is the first of the fuqara, of the salatul fuqara. She is the first of them all. Sayyid Fatima. Then Sayyidina Ali. So she supersedes Sayyidina Ali, and she is the lady. So in our silsila, ladies are respected. Because their position is a position that is held by the highest of ladies, Sayyid Fatima al-Zahra, radiyallahu ta'ala anha. So every time you do this tasbih after your salat, subhanAllah, you're doing the dhikr of Sayyid Fatima. This is your shaykh. She's giving you, you're doing her wazifa. So anyway, this was how this came. But getting back to the point, when we think about fakr, when we think about reliance upon Allah Ta'ala, there's 3 T's the Shaykh says. It's Tawheed, Tawakkul, and Tazkiyatun Nafs. Tawheed is that you recognize that not just that there's no God, but only that nothing else exists, that there is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing else exists. Allah is al-Haq. So what do we mean by nothing else exists when we're looking at this physical creation? Allah Ta'ala says in Quran, that everything will be annihilated. كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. So if this was real, it wouldn't deteriorate or fall apart. If our bodies were real, we would never cease to exist. So Allah Ta'ala says everything will perish, everything will be annihilated except the wajh of your Rabb, ذو الجلال والإكرام. That everything in creation, the Shaykh said, are manifestations of the names and qualities of Allah Ta'ala. That this whole dunya, everything in it are manifestations of the 99 names of His attributes. He gave the example of water. Water is the essence or the elixir of life. That everything that has life is dependent upon water being in its body. Whether it's a tree, whether it's a human being, there has to be water. He said that this is the attribute of Al-Hayy. Allah's attribute of Al-Hayy, that which gives life. He says it comes into this world in the form of rain. And this rain nourishes the earth or the soil. It causes crops to grow, and the animals eat the crops, we eat the animals, and we're nourished by this water. So our bodies are 75% water. This is a lot of attribute of Al-Hayy. But this is also the basis of Tibbul Nabawi wa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that we are made of the essence of the earth. And everything in creation, Allah Ta'ala says, سَبَّحَ لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. That everything in the heavens and the earth glorifies and praises. Everything has a particular sub'ah, a particular tasbih it does. وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. And we're made up of all those things. So some of the Hakims in India and Pakistan, when you go to them for Tibbul Nabawi for healing, they don't ask you any questions, they feel your pulse. Because each one of those minerals that your body is made up of has a specific dhikr it does. It's doing a specific dhikr of one of Allah Ta'ala's al-Asma al-Husna. And He listens to see what's missing. And He goes and He gets the herb that does that specific dhikr and gives it to you. To replenish the dhikr that is missing in your body. That's why you're having, that's why you're suffering from sexual illness. This is what the Shaykh is saying, that everything in creation is a manifestation of Allah Ta'ala's al-Asma al-Husna. And everything in creation does a specific dhikr. سَبَّحَ لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. That everything in the creation, and the heaven and earth glorifies and praises Allah. The earth, the soil praises Allah. The iron in the earth praises Allah. The kale praises Allah. The cabbage praises Allah. Everything you eat praises Allah. There's a specific dhikr. So sometimes you have a craving for a specific type of food. Or specific vegetable, or specific green, because your body is missing that specific dhikr. And your body knows it needs it, so you gravitate toward that thing. And you eat it, and you feel better, so now I feel better, subhanAllah. Allah Ta'ala says in Quran, He says, وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. And to Allah belongs the most beautiful name, therefore call upon Him by those names. وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. But the Shaykh said the greatest name, Al-Ism al-Azam, is the name Hu. Hu is Al-Ism al-Azam. This is what he called it. So how is that? When Allah Ta'ala has 99 names, how is it that Hu is not in those 99 if you do the 99? It's not there. But it begins, Hu Allahu alladhi la ilaha illa hu. Then it describes Hu. Alim al-Ghayb wa shahadati. Hu ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hu Allahu alladhi la ilaha illa hu. Al-Malik. He is Al-Malik, Al-Qudus, Al-Salam. So the Shaykh says, when you do the dhikr of Hu, you're actually doing dhikr of all of those 99 names. When you say Allahu, 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 Allahu. You are doing dhikr of all of the 99 names. He said that Hu is Allah's greatest name. This is the greatest name. The 99 describe him. Who? Allah. Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahim. Al-Malik. Al-Qudus. Al-Salam. Al-Mu'min. Al-Muhammad. Al-Yuzubar. Let's do the 99 names.
Allah.
Someone take the book. Let's do that. That's not
Yes.
Bismillah.
Bismillah. Bismillah.
Since we're talking about Allah.